I have a bunch of leftover chicken feed, the remnants of it, that I'm going to feed to the quail. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Underneath this is a treadle feeder. These are activated when the birds step onto this tread and it opens up. I keep it covered because it's weight activated and possums can activate it at night, and I've got these native turkeys that run around the neighbourhood. Not the ones that you can eat, but the other ones that can also activate this as well, so I need to keep it covered. Now they can step on it, but there's so many of them, they get scared because it opens and closes, so I just leave it weighted and the birds will eat there. The problem is as I add seed to it, it sits at the top and then all the fine grit goes to the bottom. And you get a sort of a meal like a flour at the bottom, which over time, because condensation gets in there, over time that will spoil. So my goal is to take it out and sift out that fine grit. The birds will eat it, but often they much prefer the hard seed, and so they'll leave it and then eventually it'll spoil, and I don't want to waste it. So what I do is I take, particularly at the ends, I scoop out a bunch, throw it in, and you can see there's some greens in there, and I'll just sift that out into this dog bowl. It'll take a while, but I'm waiting for them to eat anyway, so might as well do something while I'm here. The chickens definitely prefer the larger grains. I think the meal or the flour kind of sticks to their beaks and throats, and it's a bit more annoying for them. So that's pretty good. Now you can see I've got a bunch of finer grit, and I'll do this several times over and see if I can fill up a bowl and throw this back in. I've sifted out quite a lot now into this dog bowl. I use a dog bowl because it's big enough to capture it when I'm actually moving it around the grain. I usually transfer it into a kitten sort of bowl. The reason for that is the quail are less likely to jump in this, being that quail are very messy eaters. So I usually transfer it in a couple of these and they work their way through it. The quail don't love it, but they will eat it, and it's better to do that rather than see it go to waste. But just in the interest of behavioural science, I'll throw it in like this to show you why you can't necessarily use a big bowl like this for fine grain type of feed for the quail, because they are such a messy eater and you want to try and restrict their movements, particularly with their feet. So if they're trying to eat this, they can't actually stand in it and eat at the same time. That's why these smaller bowls are better. So I'll show you what happens when I throw this in now.